Hey everybody, it's JT. Not a review, just a quick word. Something that I thought about a lot a couple weeks ago and forgot to record a video on. But I just want to throw this out there. Beware of vape hype. As consumers, we are subjected to so much marketing and so much advertising. I'm going to say especially as vapers. It's such a tight-knit community on Instagram, on Facebook, at your local shops. Um, when a new item comes out, a lot of times it is hyped up to the max. Just pictures, promotions from the company that is releasing that device or that product, or whether it's reviewers like myself get a hold of it and really like it. Um, just slow down and be careful. There is so much stuff that comes out. There's no way you can buy everything. When I first started vaping, I didn't really care. I had a basic little 510 setup, and it didn't really click. I was still smoking cigarettes. Eventually, I started poking around online on Instagram and YouTube, and I started seeing there was some different stuff out there, some ego twists and clearamizers. So my interest got perked a little bit, and I actually went out. I got a couple different flavors, and I got a couple different batteries, some ego twist and CE4s, and vaping clicked. It clicked for me. That's a very exciting thing, and I understand that. Trust me, I lived it. I lived it. It was so exciting for me when I got that device and it clicked, man. And I put the cigarettes down, and I had these new flavors and this new experience and this new hobby and this new community, this new group of friends. That is that had such a huge impact on me. I went overboard. I remember every week, if I had $40 of expendable cash, I would spend $35 on tanks, juices, coils, batteries. I would spend all of my money on vaping accessories. I wouldn't even think twice about that. During that process, I accumulated massive amounts of crap. Granted, I stayed off of cigarettes, and my focus was diverted from that addiction to vaping, which I think has changed my life for the better. I can't even explain how much it's changed my life for the better. But I ended up with a bunch of crap. Juices that I bought on a whim, juices that other people may have liked, that I hated. So much stuff was just a huge waste of money. I would buy something, another week later, the newer version of it is out. 2 weeks later, that device is a dinosaur. Wasted money at an alarming rate. That continued for months. I'm not a rich guy. That I spent a ton of money I should never have spent. I should never have spent that amount of money on vaping gear. I wish I had had some focus and some restraint to get what works, splurge every once in a while, but I went crazy and I bought stuff left and right. And I see it going on with other vapers as well. And I feel like it's a timeline. When you first start vaping, before you really get in and get dedicated, it doesn't matter. Then once it clicks for you and you find this community and you find this love and you find this unexplainable thing we have going on here, which is the vaping community, you start going crazy. You start listening to companies promoting their items, and you start looking at other people who have stuff, and you're like, oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. My advice is to please slow down and try to understand that is a very emotional purchase that you are thinking about making. You don't need 10 mods. You don't need 15 e-juices at all times. Um, you don't need every version of every device that's on the market. You don't need that. Just be smart. It's very easy to get caught up and to buy all of this stuff. But trust me, at some point in your vaping journey, you're going to level out a little bit, and you're going to truly develop tastes and truly develop preferences for certain devices, certain juices, a certain style of vaping even. And you're going to look back and you're going to smack yourself in the side of the head for all of the money that you wasted. I know it's tough. I know that's a fun thing. And if you have the money to blow, by all means, blow it. But a lot of us don't have that kind of money. So please, even if a reviewer reviews something and they love it and they're excited, I'm a very animated guy. When I find something and it's great, I'm very excited about it. But I don't intend for every vapor or even a large portion to go out and buy that product. It's just to say, hey, this is out there. This is an option. This is what I get from it. You might want to put it on your wish list. You know, there's probably another version coming out in 2 weeks. And that first device will be 50% off. And in a month, that device will be completely outdated. So when it comes to devices, if you don't need that to stay off of cigarettes, if you don't need that to be able to vape, please just slow down and really think about that purchase. Wait for it to come out. You know, let it come out. Let a few reviewers get a hold of it. Let a few other people, other vapors, get a hold of it and see if there's any issues that are going to arise. You know, is version 2 going to be that much better than version 1? Just slow down and really collect some information before you get on the crazy vape spending spree. Because I lived it, I did it, and it was a bad situation for me. You know, none of that stuff I blew money on was really worth it. I would say probably 10% of everything I bought in the past year and a half, I would buy all over again. 10% of it. You got to think, are you in that position too? Do you have a lot of devices that you never use now, but you just had to have when they came out? Or you just had to have when you saw them in the shop or on the website? I'm not telling you how to spend your hard-earned money. I'm simply suggesting to think twice about it, because quitting smoking and finding vaping is a very emotional thing, and it's a beautiful thing. But when you're riding high on those emotions, you might not be thinking so clearly when it comes to the purchases you're making. That's it. I could ramble about this for probably another hour, but this is just a really quick random thing that I wanted to get out there. Just beware of the hype. You know, if you're excited about a product, by all means get it, or start saving up some money for a specific item, but don't get caught up in straight up hype. It's very real and it costs a lot of money and hassle. Get what you need, stay off of cigarettes, keep vaping. You know, there's a lot more resources out there for information than there was a year and a half ago. So ask around, do some internet research, visit some shops, test some items out before you run out and buy them.